What is going on, everybody? It is time for your TNA Impact Wrestling review for 11/24/2016. I finally got the date right, but I know it's wrong somewhere, like either in my mind or like on the wall I wrote it on to make sure I remembered it. It's probably wrong. But anyway, we're talking TNA. We're going to talk about it here in a second. We had Eli Drake versus EC3, which is pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that. Got to see more DCC action. Got a little promotion for next week's Knockouts Championship match in the 6 sides of the steel. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the Who Do You Sign we did today. I thought it was yesterday because my days just run together now. But be sure to check that out. Trying to really promote Who Do You Sign because I enjoy it. So I feel like you guys would enjoy it. Plus, two announcers and a commentator. Wait, two commentators and an announcer. You guys can pick too. You guys can pick. We got a lot of choices on that. But anyway, we'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah, he's right. He's right, But anyway, we'll be right back right after this for your TNA Impact Wrestling review. Be sure to subscribe, give us a like, share the video. You got time. You got time. We're giving you that time right now. So be sure to do it. See you guys here in a little bit.
I know we about to shine because we already glowing.
Welcome to the MC Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an MC Classic.
And you're
and we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We'll see you on the dippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, guys, it is time for your TNA Impact Wrestling review. We already got a live viewer. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, live viewer. We love you.
That's me. I want you to know.
I hate you. I hate you so much. You're the absolute worst. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Casey. Yeah. Let's go. I hate this man. Anyway, because this man, you know why he's a live viewer? I'll tell you guys right now why this man's a live viewer. Because I taught this man how to use the live chat without being a live viewer. You think this man listened to me? You think he listened to me? I bet you this man right now clicked on the video to go see the comments. I guarantee you. I guarantee you he did these things. Casey, did you do these things?
No, I went to go get the link to send it to Amy to tell her to watch the video.
I still hate you. Anyway, we're moving on to the first video package we had tonight, which was the DCC's victory for it was basically a video package just choreographing the victory from last week, keeping Eddie Edwards down and out, which he wasn't on the show, which was actually kind of weird. It was kind of weird having a show without Eddie Edwards this week. We've seen him. He started out the show for the most part over the last couple of weeks. So it was kind of weird seeing, going through a show without Eddie Edwards. But anyway, Casey, leave already. Anyway, any thoughts on the video package from the DCC kind of the rise of the DCC? I don't really know what to call this video package. Any thoughts?
I'm trying to figure out how to spell Lizav and Nizal. But no.
All right, then. I appreciate you giving me enough time to get up and go get my remote so I can finish my freaking notes since my computer restart. So my notes are kind of gone, half of them at least. And I'm Casey, you're the absolute worst. I did that. I set that up. I knew you weren't going to say anything, though. So I was like, I got to move quick because this man going to be like, there was a video package. It was a video inside a video and another video. But anyway.
There was packages in the video.
Right, yeah. Right. He is, he's right. But anyway, let's move on to Jeff Hardy starting the show this week, calling out the DCC, which seems to be a theme of the TNA shows. I'm coming out next week. I'm coming out next week, and I'm gonna call out the DCC and be like, DCC, you ain't attacked me yet, but I know you're coming, so we gonna fight. I'm doing it next week. It's happening, and I'm gonna come back to this review, and I'm gonna be like, What's up, guys? I'm back. I'm a little hurt. It's gonna be like that. But anyway, Jeff Hardy calls out the DCC. Love the new music that Jeff Hardy has. I freaking love his music. I don't know what it is about it. I just like it. I wish it had the obsolete song in it. I think I talked about this last week when he debuted it. I think it was last week. But I like that. I like the new music though. I do. I like it a lot. I think it kind of fits the Broken character a little bit. Like it's old music, but like obviously it's it's a little bit different, and I like it. I'm a fan. But anyway, I'm I'm excited. Casey, any thoughts?
You could hear my voice. You could hear it. My beautiful voice, Amy. You can hear it. La 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 la.
Did you, Amy? I just want to let you know he told you shut up, fool. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Like that. No, I didn't say that. No, but is it me, or does Jeff Hardy's music change like every week now? I swear, it's different every week. I think he just has like a CD of songs he recorded, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna use this one this week.
He has a CD of music that's all the same, but just slightly different. There's just a small change in it. That's what it is.
It's not. It's not. Amy left. I'm sad.
You deserve it. It's something you deserve. Also, real quick, because we cried real hard when John Cena wore his belts like Jeff Hardy does. So, real quick, how many people crying though? How many people crying about Jeff Hardy wearing his belts like that? Nobody. So why John Cena get all this criticism for wearing his belts like he want to wear his belts? I'm just saying, like John Cena did this one time, and everybody cried all the crap. Oh, he's disrespecting the belt and the bird and shut up. You don't know. Sorry, that's a little hostile. Shut your mouth. Okay. Anyway, you were saying words, and I cut you off because you're probably gonna say something just ridiculous about Cena that is probably not even warranted. Yes.
Now I was looking at the related videos, and this is a couple from this Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. Like
I did. I heard the Instant Classic podcast of the wrestling. I heard that was kind of similar to the Chinston Classic Wrestling podcast. Heard there was a similar thing.
Did you know that the Chinston Classic Wrestling podcast has a new foodie sign out right now? I thought you should know.
Okay.
They got a 6-pack up too.
You're right. You're right. You're right. That's true. We got a 6-pack. They do. They got that 6-pack and that who do you sign. I mean, they doing some good things over there at the Instant Classic of the Chins and stuff. Yeah, they doing it. They doing it. Yeah.
I think they gonna have a tribute to the greatest chins in professional wrestling pretty soon. We gonna dedicate it to Amy.
Oh God. Anyway, moving on, I guess. Matt Hardy setting up his Thanksgiving ice cream social. Oh God, I love this man. This man, just every week, it just the small subtle changes in the character. God. He was setting up his Thanksgiving ice cream social because it is not right to be cutting up the turkeys. It's not cool. It's not cool. I thought it was funny because Vanguard 1 was like drinking outside of the pool because Vanguard 1 can do all. He can. And he was warning Senior Benjamin. I thought that was pretty funny about he's gonna kill you when he when he comes back to himself or whatever. I thought that was funny. Any thoughts on the first Matt Hardy segment we had of the night tonight?
I just like the Thanksgiving stuff, not not wanting to kill any innocent animals, and he was gonna have fruits and vegetables, and I like bruh, but those are they live in two though. They technically they live in two. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, either way, you killing. Come on, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying killing is a good thing. I'm just saying, no. Technically, when you cut a plant or a fruit, you're killing it. I'm just saying. That's how it is. As you can tell, I'm done. You may move on because
This man, this man might be the worst co-host ever in life. I'm gonna hire Justin for the next show. He won't even watch the show. He'll be like, "Isn't TNA out of business?" I mean, that's Justin's stuff. But I'm hiring Justin for the next show, Casey. So you're fired. Anyway, we got
you don't want
Team X Gold.
No.
Team X Gold. It was a elimination 9-man tag team match. Technically, it was 3-on-3-on-3. I was excited because we haven't seen like an elimination style with this Team X Gold concept, and it was definitely a good match. I enjoyed it. We had the Helms Dynasty and Marche Rocket versus Rockstar Spud and Decay, and Team Go for Broke. I was excited, and I like they kind of added the kind of additional caveat with the winner not becoming the X Division champion, but getting a shot at the X Division champion. The winners getting a shot at the X Division championship. So that was pretty cool. Abyss, this man gonna get thrown out of every Team X Gold match. I think it's just gonna happen. I think he's gonna find a different way to get thrown out every week. This week he used the chair. Well, the last time what happened? I think he stayed in past the 5 count, so he and Crazy Steve got eliminated. So I think every time Abyss is gonna get thrown out for just something different every time. I think it's gonna happen. But this is definitely a good match. I was excited to watch this match. I like that it was elimination. Spud had me cracking up when he was like, he went up to Marche Rocker. He was like, "I'll show you," and then he was going to go tag his partners who were non-existent at this point. that was hilarious. Love freaking Spud. But it was funny. He posted a video of it. It was like a compilation of all the just ridiculous stuff he did in the match. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, definitely a good match. Team Go for Bro gets the win. Braxton Sutter gets the pin off of the flatliner. And definitely this was kind of what, obviously what DJZ wanted, because he wanted to face 2 people instead of 3. But I definitely like the kind of, at least with winners getting X Division championship shots. At least that feels like, there's something to this. There's a reason behind it. But definitely a good match. Casey, thoughts on the ad for this week?
I liked it. I didn't like that the team with that Braxton butthole. I mean Sutter won because he's terrible. He charges you $5 for a picture. I'm just saying, $5. Like, you bring the camera. It's not like he provide the camera. Like, you bring your own camera, and he still charges you $5 to take. Like, even if you take the picture, like, you do all the work. He just stand there, and he makes $5 because you want a picture, and he $5. But anyway, that's never gonna go away ever.
I can tell.
It's not. It's because $5. Like DJ. I'm just saying. DJ Z. He didn't charge me $5. I'm just saying. Nobody else. They was like, yo, yeah, you get a picture. That's cool. And they didn't. But anyway, yeah, I did like this.
Man was still going on about this.
I love Rockstar Spud going to the corner to tag his team, and nobody's there. He's like, oh, and then he tries to go for the handshake. I was like, oh my god. The only thing I didn't like was with commentary. The commentary team was like, and the reason that Abyss is in this match is because he was a former ex blah blah blah.
Yeah, I hated that too.
I'm like, and also because no weight limits. Did you forget the history of your own company? Like, bruh, I just hate when they do that. But yeah, definitely a good match. I think it's cool that DJZ kind of, if they won, he said he would give them a shot at the title, which is kind of cool. But definitely a unique spin on the Team X Gold thing with the elimination. I like it.
Alrighty, let's move on to the backstage segment.
Charge me $5.
This man still going. Anyway, we got a backstage segment with where Allie was doing whatever I don't know what girl. She was playing with dolls or what? Like what? Anyway, she was playing with the figurines or whatever of the Thanksgiving, and I don't know why this was happening, but anyway, Laurel came through. She came anyway. Laura came through with Maria, and basically, Maria says you're gonna be serving us tonight at our Thanksgiving date, not just Thanksgiving dinner. It's got to be a date, and stuff. They didn't invite me though, which was, just I mean, come on, Maria, come on, MKB, come on now. Anyway, I thought it was funny though. I don't know if you caught this, but when Laurel said playtime is over, first thing I thought it was a dollhouse. I just thought that was funny. But yeah, I mean, this was an interesting. I still don't know what Allie was doing. I don't like Allie. You cute. You are. But what? What?
It all makes sense. She's bringing back the dollhouse. He's gonna be the new leader of the dollhouse. The fifth leader, I think.
That's what it is. I mean, it's got to be. It has to be. But anyway, thoughts on the backstage segment before we get into more Matt Hardy goodness.
I was just confused too with the whole doll thing, and she's like, "Well, my family, we didn't have big Thanksgiving dinners, so this is what I did," and I'm like, "What?" TNA Creative came up with this, out of all things. This. So, my family doesn't have big Thanksgiving, dinners or holiday get-togethers. I don't have dolls that I have.
So you play with your dolls, right? I mean, it's a thing. Or you get your action figures out and you just be like, yeah, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do. I got my Jeff Hardy, my Lita, and my Matt Hardy. They come out. We have a broken. Well, except for Lita, because she ain't broken. But I pretend that Lita is Rebby, and we have that's what
You probably should just keep that one to yourself. I'm just gonna. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Why you
got? Because I'm trying not to make it weird, but Casey already made it weird. Anyway,
you're the one who made it weird. I just said that I pretend that the Lita action figure is Rebby.
Okay. Yeah, that was all you said. Anyway. We gonna move on to Matt Hardy. He was basically just fixing his gelato. I think in this one, wasn't fixing his custard this time. I think he already had them made, but he was fixing his gelato. And he said, this gelato will make Robert Irvine's cooking obsolete. He starts playing in the background, and he just stops. He just stops, and it's like he knows something's going on, but nothing happened. Then he was like, anyway, and then it was funny because the ref arrived from the fire deletion with the same reaction. What is this? And then he is about to show him some footage, which we'll get to here in a second. Casey, any thoughts on the second one? The third one. The second one. Second Matt Hardy.
I love when the ref comes up. He drives up and he gets out of the car. He's like, "What is this?" Then he's trying to explain to Matt that he's wrestled for 20 years. He's like, "No, no, not me, no." It's so great. I am done. You may move on.
I honestly couldn't tell on that one. But anyway, we got Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know what. Anyway,
The hell is
Thanksgiving date with the Bennetts, Laurel, Van Ness, Braxton Sutter, and Allie is the serve person, the waitress, the maid, the pilgrim. Got it. Anyway, basically this happens, and they say what they're thankful for. Obviously, Allie's not in it. Allie kind of butts in there. She's like, "Well, you know what I'm thankful for." I mean, that's basically what she sounds like. I'm thankful for whatever. I don't remember what she said, but anyway, I don't think she got to say anything because she got interrupted, and then Maria interrupted her. She's like, "Nobody cares," as they always do with Allie, and Allie's like, "I'm done with this," and she grabs a freaking pie. She's about to pie Laurel right in the facial features, and Laurel moves out the way, and Maria gets hit with it, and her reaction just gone. She was freaking Maria's reactions are just out of control. like something crazy happened. She's like, "What?" This reminded me of the freaking what was that what they had with again in Dixie Carter, that one segment where she said the same thing over and over again. I think you remember what I'm talking about, Casey, but I can't remember what she said. But
yeah,
that's what this reaction reminded me of. But I still don't know how I feel about this. Like, Laurel's a ring rat persona. It's just weird. Like, it's just a weird gimmick that they're trying to throw on her. I don't really know how to feel about that. I don't know if I like it or not. Like, I get that she's trying to get with Braxton, to kind of get in the head of Allie, but I don't know if I like the Laurel Van Yes ring rat crap that they're throwing around. I don't like that personally. I just think it's weird. It just comes off as awkward. It doesn't come off as naturally her, which I don't think you want that to come off as naturally you. But still, you want your character to come off as natural you, and that portion of her character doesn't. Everything else does, but that portion I don't think does. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the Thanksgiving dinner date thing? Were you and Rosemary invited? I'm just wondering.
We weren't, but I think our invitations just got lost in the mail. They got deleted in the mail. Deleted. But yeah, I don't necessarily like the whole ring rat kind of storyline with Laurel. I wouldn't really like that with anybody, just because it's such a horrible stereotype, especially in an era where we're trying to make women's wrestling feel like it's legitimate and feel like it's important, and then you bring up a storyline like this, and then it kind of goes back to. I feel like it pushes women's wrestling back. I don't know if you feel the same, but it just I think it's a bad idea for them to do. But that dress though, that
I agree. I mean, I will give you that.
oh god, I'm glad we only have one viewer that's me right now, and not Amy, because that
Oh god. Anyway, let's move on for this man get himself in trouble.
done.
Oh,
I'm not
sorry. I didn't want you to get yourself in trouble. I'm just saying.
that dress though. No, but the other thing I didn't like is it would the pie thing was funny, but we're waiting for that for Allie to really snap and, all right, I'm going to learn to wrestle or whatever, or something. This just kind of feels like, we almost got it. And, she just put a pie in her face. And that's the normal Allie that we always get. It feels like they're teasing her kind of snapping and, turning on Maria, and then they don't do it, which is annoying. And I think it's annoying the most just because we know she can wrestle, and they're trying to convince us that she can't wrestle. And it's just, it's a weird storyline dynamic, I feel like. Like if it was somebody, from like the indies that we didn't know, I think it would work better. Because then we wouldn't know them. It would be somebody completely new, and whether they could wrestle or not, we wouldn't know. With Allie, we know she can wrestle, and it's just annoying that they're not putting her in a wrestling role. And that pie, though, I was hungry, and they got ruined that pie. Why? It looked good.
I mean, I agree. I agree.
You know what else looked good with that dress, though?
Oh, we gonna move on. I mean, this man ain't wrong.
If it was on Amy, is what I meant.
I mean, he's not. I'm just going. We gonna move on to the video package promoting Drake versus EC3, which is coming up here in a second. Actually, next match we would have. I like this video package. It did a good job promoting the match that we had coming up. I always like the kind of personal feel to them with the interviews and everything. Instead of just showing clips with a voiceover, I like how they did this. They kind of put their promos together in one big video package. But I was excited for the match more than anything. Any thoughts on the video package promoting Eli Drake versus EC3?
This is a video package.
You're the absolute worst. The absolute worst. Anyway, we got the ref showing Matt Hardy the iconic era. Sorry, sorry, my fault. I know you guys didn't understand. Because the iconic era would just be the Ring of Honor era. So I got you guys. But I thought this was pretty funny. Watching Matt, I just love watching Matt's reactions to it. Watching Matt's reactions to just the different things he's doing. What really got me is the freaking Tyrus thing. He was like, "Who's that guy? He looks like a dinosaur." I was like, "Darn it!" I was like, "I can't with this man right now." But anyway, any thoughts on the ref showing Matt Hardy the iconic era, which obviously did not work?
I mean, I think it started to work, and then it didn't. I was just confused because I was like, out of all the people, Rebby called this ref to randomly just bring him videos and show what? It's just weird. I love the Tyrus segment. I was waiting for like something with the Young Bucks. I don't think they mentioned the Young Bucks this week, did they?
No, I don't think so.
I was waiting for something with like a clip of the Young Bucks or something. That would have been funny. But I was just, kind of like DJ said, just loving his reactions to, I didn't do that. No, that man looks like a dinosaur. But it's also weird that they're just kind of completely cut out Jeff Hardy in this whole thing. Like he's not even doing anything with the broken mat thing anymore, which is kind of weird. I think he should still have some sort of part in the video packages thing. Or I know he's tired of it. Tired of the broken mat, but he should still be trying to help them, and I feel like, but we'll see. We will see.
All right. Um, Next we had Eli Drake versus EC3. I enjoyed this match. I was excited going into this match because I think the stipulation kind of made it seem like it could go either way. I like that they put Eli Drake's voice on the line, but only for until the end of the year, because I kind of want to see like how that's going to play out now that we know EC3 won the match. I definitely enjoyed it. They worked well together, and I like how they were both like, even though EC3 had a lot to fight for, I don't think he had as much to fight for as Eli Drake did. But it still felt like it was still a really passionate match, and they were still really into it. And they were still doing whatever it took to win. And Eli Drake was in control, and then he started talking during the match, and then EC3 ended up coming back and beating him in typical like Eli Drake fashion. But I definitely enjoyed this. I want to see how they're gonna kind of continue to do this going down the road, especially with Eli Drake not being able to talk for the end of the year. That is his bread and butter. That is his thing. He's good in the ring, but like the way he talks, there's just something about it. So it's kind of, it makes you curious to see how they're going to play this out. But like you said, I think last week, is Eli Drake going to come over? Is like Eli Drake going to be about to talk, and EC3 is going to be like, no, 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 or like, how is that going to happen? Like, how are they going to keep Eli Drake from talking? I am curious about that. I want to see how that plays out. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on Eli Drake versus EC3?
Terrible booking. Eli Drake can't not talk. He has to. But I am curious how they're going to book this. Hopefully they book it in a way that it's entertaining. It is just till the end of the year, but I still, hopefully they can keep it going long enough where it keeps it entertaining. Just because, Eli Drake is, he's good in the ring, but his strong point is his mic skills. And I don't know. There's some guys that, you can keep them going without, them talking, but I don't know if his in-ring is good enough to just hold him without his, mic skills. But I think, like I said last week, and like DJ just kind of brought up again, if they book it to where, they make it entertaining and funny, where he, maybe he does, start to almost say something, and then, he keeps being reminded, not necessarily by, EC3, it doesn't have to be, but like a ref or something like that. I think that, it could keep it entertaining for the remainder of the year, or a month, whatever, a little over a month now.
I agree. All right, let's jump into the next. Where is it? Okay, there it is. The next thing we had, which was Matt Hardy getting hypnotized, and the broken brilliance almost came back, guys. It did. It almost came back. He was broken for a little bit, and then the hypnotist obviously snapped his fingers, and he went back to the Matt Hardy that we know and love. Or what did the hypnotist say? The real, it was like the real Matt Hardy, or the true. I can't remember what exactly he said, but he snapped his fingers, and Matt Hardy went back to his, kind of his old self. But definitely a funny segment, seeing Matt Hardy kind of go back to that, and then it was funny. What did he say? He was like, "Oh, my gelato" at the end. He had me cracking up with that. Because I think they were like trying to see like if he was going, if he was gonna be still broken or still, like Chef Matt Hardy or whatever. And he was like, "My gelato." I thought that was funny. But thoughts on Matt Hardy getting hypnotized?
It wasn't the best segment of the night, but I definitely liked it. It was entertaining. I think the earlier ones were better though. But I am done. You may move on.
I'm just gonna stay here. I'm actually just gonna stay here. Actually.
All right, that's fine.
All right, moving on. Anyway, we had.
Hey DJ, you're muted.
Did you mute me?
I did.
Oh, you're a tool. You're a tool. I hate you. I got you though. I got you, Casey. Anyway, we got Mahabali Shera and Al Snow versus the Tribunal. Definitely, was a decent match. It wasn't the greatest match. I just don't know how I feel about this storyline. It's okay. I don't know how I feel about Al Snow being up on Mahabali Shera for so long, and then I don't like how they're booking Mahabali Shera personally. It just looks weird. It's just weird because like first he's like all serious, and then it felt like tonight he was more like joking around a little bit, but still kind of like it was. I don't like the consistency with Mahabali Shera, but you know, not too bad. I like that Shera and Snow won, and then the Tribunal attacked from behind. I like that. But Casey, any thoughts on Shera and Snow versus the Tribunal?
I like how they're booking the Tribunal. I like them.
Wait, you're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm not though. I can see them.
I wanted to see if you fell for it because it's funny.
I like how the Tribunal are booked. I don't like how Al Snow and Mahabali Shera are being booked. Kind of like DJ said, it's just confusing because I feel like if there was more explanation as to why Al Snow all of a sudden, other than the Tribunal turned on him, that doesn't necessarily give him a reason to join up with Mahabali Shera, the guy that he was bullying and putting down for so long. Like, I feel like they needed more explanation for this to really feel like it makes sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. I can't get into it. It's not believable to me. I just feel like they don't really. I feel like it's partially they don't really know what to do with Mahabali Shera, and I feel like it's been like that since he debuted. Unfortunately, I feel like they've been kind of throwing him around, doing this for a little while. Okay, we don't really like that. Okay, let's put him with with this tag team partner for a while. That doesn't work. Put him with here for a while. It doesn't really work. I just don't know, and I don't know if it's that he's because he is still pretty green. I feel like I like Mahabali Shera, but he is still kind of green, and I don't know. I know that Al Snow's wrestling school is kind of their developmental now, sort of, but I don't know how good it is to kind of develop their stars quick enough to get them onto the quote, I guess, TNA main roster. I feel like he just needs more time in developing his in-ring work, his character, and then give him a storyline that actually works. And that not that this isn't going to work. It's just like I said, we need more explanation as to why Al Snow decided to team up with Mahabali Shera. Other than okay, yes, the Tribunal attacked him, but like I said, he was bullying Mahabali Shera for so long. Why all of a sudden, I know I was a dick to you, but let's team up and take out these guys. It just doesn't make sense. But I like the snowplow again. I do like the snowplow.
All right, let's move on to the Turkey Suit Challenge, baby.
Okay.
Well, we had the backstage segment with Aiden O'Shea, where Robbie E and Grado were. They were excited. They were like, we're gonna get a match tonight. Okay. I think Robbie E said he was gonna get a world title match. Grado said an X Division title match. Turkey Suit Challenge, same thing. Right, same thing. But this match was It had Robbie E in it. It had Grado in it. I think there was a purple Nurple at one point. Um, Definitely a funny match, and that's kind of what it was supposed to be, kind of for comedic relief more than just like wrestling. I'm sure Rabid loved this match. I'm sure this was probably match of the night for Rabid, just because Grado was in it. But Grado ended up losing.
The man
Grado.
Grotto. Get it right.
But I'm sure Grado ended up winning losing but winning the turkey suit, if that makes sense. He lost the match, so he had to wear the turkey suit. I don't think this was always called the turkey suit challenge. I think they forgot what it was called, so they just threw the name on it and was like, "Yep, that's what it was called all along." Because I don't think that was like the most generic name that Josh Matthews could find to pull out of his butt, and he pulled it out. And I just thought that was funny. I was like, I don't think it's called the Turkey Suit Challenge, Josh, but we'll go with it. But anyway, Grado ends up getting a turkey suit and dances around a little bit, and freaking Aiden O'Shea's reactions to this man dancing around. He was not amused. Anyway, thoughts on the Turkey Suit Challenge? Or whatever they used to call it.
Well, I knew you were happy that that Aiden O'Shea was out there the entire time. Just kind of standing there awkwardly, I felt like. I was like, they're not even going to give this man a chair? Like, he just got to stand there the whole time watching this match? I just thought that was weird. But, this is one of those matches where I'm kind of torn because it is a tradition and it's funny, but at the same time, we're trying to, it kind of like DJ said in a couple of our other videos. If this was WWE, fans would just lose their mind. Oh, this is stupid. Oh, WWE doesn't know how to blah, blah, blah. But it's TNA, so it's okay. TNA does stuff like this all the time. But it's kind of funny. I feel like they're losing guys that they can do this with, though, because I'm almost positive Grado was in it last year too. I'm pretty sure Grado had the turkey suit on. He had it on again at least at one other time, and also Robbie E has had it before. So they're kind of. I feel like they need to get different guys that they can do this with, which kind of narrows it down because there's not many guys that they can just hey, we're gonna throw you into this turkey suit challenge match, whatever they used to call it. I don't know. It was entertaining. Nothing too special. I do like when they do traditional things like this on Thanksgiving. I kind of miss the gobbledygooker in WWE. Not gonna lie, I kind of miss it.
People would cry for years about that.
Yeah.
Those old school things for WWE, people would cry for years about that now.
Yeah.
We want to see wrestling. We need to see serious stuff all the time. Every moment ever. We can't put anything remotely funny or corny on the screen because we want to see wrestling.
Right.
That's legit freaking probably what freaking some of these fans say. There's just we're at this point where there's no fun in wrestling. Or the fans won't allow it to be fun. It's either got to be fun matches. There can't be any fun segments because every segment that's remotely funny is corny. like corny in the way of not being funny. There's a lot of people who don't like the New Day because they're like, oh, they're so corny. I'm like, they're just basically they're just being black. This is what goofy black people act like. Trust me, I know. It's funny.
I love when people are like, oh, it's corny and it's not funny, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you do realize you're watching professional wrestling. It's corny in general.
It's all corny and funny. Oh God! All right, let's move on to the main events. We got Bram versus Jeff Hardy. Still liking the DCC theme. I I don't know what it is about. I just like the theme song. It does sound very James Storm-esque, like James Storm was the one that picked it out. I don't know if you got that feel, like when I mean I can see Eddie Kingston maybe picking it out with the gunshots, because he just like his character like suits that a little bit. But I don't know if I can see Bram picking any of these songs out with his "We Are the Champion" song. But anyway, definitely a good match. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was good. I like how the DCC just kind of does what they want. Um, like all of their matches are no DQ because we're the DCC. We can do that. I like that. And I like how they just kind of attack whenever they want to. I like that too. I thought that I like that kind of mystique of the DCC where they can just like it's kind of like they can kind of like do what they want to. And I like that. And with no like true authority figure on screen anymore, technically, like it's kind of like one of those situations like the wrestlers have to come together and stop them. It seems like, and that's probably what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna end up being a lockdown thing or something, or like a lockdown thing where they try to stop them and they don't. Because I kind of want this to last a little bit longer than lockdown because lockdown is early in the year next year. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna continue to play this out. I still think there's got to be like and when I wrote my article on daviddt.com, you should check that out. Anyway, but seriously though, when I did write my article, I was thinking, I was like, there's got to be some other members coming. I didn't check the table this time. I don't know if you actually saw it. I didn't check the table this time though to see if there were more than 3 masks, like obviously on their faces. So I can't remember if there were any more than that, or if that was just like a one time thing. But I'm still wondering because they're still wearing the masks to the ring, which obviously that's what gives them the mystique of being the DCC. But I don't know. I still like the DCC. I want to. There's a lot more. I think there's a lot more questions and answers than we had, which is not necessarily a terrible thing because with the DCC and a new faction, kind of want to be questioning, the motives, what's going on. Are there going to be more members? You want to have questions about them. But any thoughts on the Bram versus Jeff Hardy match? Bram obviously won, and they held up the titles at the end too. That was pretty cool. I like that because it gives them that alternative motive. Like, yes, we're destroying everybody, but we still care about titles. We're still wrestlers. But any thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't notice if there was any other masks on the table, but they did have that video, that kind of promo earlier where they were talking, and it kind of it felt like they were adding another, like it felt like they were talking.
It was gonna be tonight. Like from that promo, I actually thought there was something that was gonna happen tonight.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like, and this kind of goes to the when I didn't like, I'm okay with them coming out in the mask now, but before I didn't like, that they unmasked and revealed who they were, and then they continued to wear the masks. That was kind of confusing. But the other thing that I don't like, and this is just a little nitpick kind of a thing, is with the video packages, they're still kind of, covering their voices or, disguising their voices. And I'm like, why? We already know who it is. Like,
and that's what makes me think there's going to be if not one other member, more than one, because the fact that they're still disguising themselves means that eventually someone's going to come disguised as one of them.
Yeah.
And probably join. Like that's why I think they keep doing it.
Yeah. But I'm just afraid it's going to turn into another Aces and Eights thing. Which, started out really good, but we've talked about it multiple times about how, it just kind of went on too long a little bit, and the booking was a little bit weird. But I definitely.
Are they gonna bring back the Great Sonata? I mean, I'm just saying.
The match wasn't bad. I was kind of I would have rather seen maybe Eddie Kingston in the match. I don't know, but just to kind of just because he is the newer guy in TNA, so why not have him in the match? Let the fans kind of see more of what he kind of brings to the table. Hopefully without doing stupid, crazy spots on chairs that he shouldn't do. Ow. But yeah, I was just, why Bram? I like Bram, but I just I want to see more of Eddie Kingston in TNA. I've seen some of his indie stuff, but not a ton. I definitely want to see, what he brings to the DCC.
You know what I like though about TNA and just like the fans in general. I now and this is probably just a me thing, but I like that the faces get cheered and the heels get booed. Now, if the heels do something cool, obviously they get there's a cheer there. But like, it's not like WWE where it's like, like they're blurring the lines, but they're not trying to blur the lines. It's a little bit like different, like because like now it's like with WWE right now, it's like everybody's a tweener, everyone ever. And what I mean by a tweener is not like the fans are confused or they don't know what to do, but it's like WWE's like, this guy is a face, but we don't like him. So like, that's what I like about TNAs. It's like, I don't know if the crowd just feels more traditional or what it is, but like when someone needs to be booed, the crowd boos them. When someone needs to be cheered, the crowd cheers them. I mean, because I'm just not a fan of the faces getting booed because laws.
Yeah, and I think it's partially because I feel like WWE always tries to push people as heels that we like, and then the people that we don't like, they're like, you know what, you'd make a really good face, and it's like, no, flip that, and you got it. Just flip it around.
I mean, because they like, and two, it's like it's one of those like indie things where like we respect the guys coming from the indies because they work so hard, so they should be faces. Not obviously not all of them, but for the most part, it would make sense. Like you could have someone that's like, we worked this hard, but like there's some people that like I'll be honest, and I know we're going into like a WWE tangent or whatever, but whatever. I'll be honest, like a guy like Roman Reigns should be a heel to a point where he's like, yeah, I don't have the experience, but I still made it here faster than you did, and like people would like eat that up as far as like heel heat is concerned. People would like they would eat that up.
I think guys like him and John Cena. Granted, yes, John Cena did technically, he was in OVW, which is technically indies, and I think he did wrestle a little bit in New England indies for a short period of time. But I think him and a guy like Roman Reigns, if they did do something like that, where it's like, you know what, we didn't go, travel years on the road and have to, wrestle in, dusty gymnasiums and sleep on floors. We just went to the top. If they did something like that, it would work. But WWE doesn't want to do that because, Roman Reigns is related to The Rock, so he has to be a face, and John Cena is the face of the company.
The bad part about it is The Rock's greatest run wasn't when he was a heel. It just doesn't make like it's kind of like and like the best comparison I can make is like Eli Drake. Like people love Eli Drake, but Eli Drake still gets booed. Like he still gets like the normal heel reaction. Now people love his catchphrases and love saying dummy, but that's kind of like it was similar with The Rock. Like you didn't necessarily you still like The Rock as a character, but you didn't like him. You just liked saying the crap that he said just so he could say this is not sing along with the champ or whatever. Like right, like so you did it so he get annoyed, not necessarily just because you liked him.
Yeah. And it's the same with DJ's favorite wrestler of all time, Triple H.
I hate that man. I hate him so much.
You found a way to win and you hated it, but you still found a way to win.
I hate that man. Anyway, that was your. We got one more Matt Hardy segment. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Yeah, we had that. I forgot all about that segment. I watched it, but I forgot about it. But yeah, we had the Matt Hardy segment where Rebby was like, I don't know what to do. Like, we've tried everything that can try to get you back or whatever. And then Matt was like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, I want to be a cook, but this guy wants me to be a professional wrestler. This guy wants me like he was like just pointing out all the things that like everyone wanted him to be, like an architect or whatever, or engineer, I think is what he said. But that was pretty freaking funny. And then he goes outside and he's like, I think this was him. I don't think this was Jeff, but he went outside. No, obviously, the last part, but I think as far as saying the words that I'm about to say, he went outside and he was like 7, 6, 5, 10 deities. like I don't. Did he say that? I think he did.
He's like, he goes outside and he's like 9, 7, whatever deities. Give me a sign.
Yeah, he's like, send me a sign. If you want me to be this way, send me a sign. And he gets struck by lightning. Because, all right. But I wonder what this is going to do now. Is he going to go back to being fully broken? Because, like, I can see a situation where they make him, like, half and half, right? Like, sometimes he's reacting as, like, broken Matt Hardy with the premonitions and all that. But then other times he's acting like, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see them doing maybe like a half and half type thing with him until something like catastrophic happens again and he goes maybe fully back broken again. But any thoughts on the last Matt Hardy segment before we get out of here?
I love it. I love the bad special effects too. I think that makes it even better. Because you could tell it wasn't like really great professional like special effects with the lightning. I thought that was funny. It kind of makes it even more kind of cheesy, whatever. But I'm just, you know, and I feel like I keep saying this about the whole Matt Hardy thing, but it's true. I'm excited to see what they do with it next because since this whole broken Matt Hardy thing started, it's just gotten better and better to a point where, we get to a point where we're like, they can't possibly do anything better. Like, this is the best. And then they do something that we find even more entertaining. So I'm just kind of curious what they're going to do with it next.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one thing about it. I feel like, and TNA, I think just overall has done a good job, especially with like promoting matches. Like I've said this multiple times, but it's a true statement that we don't really get in WWE. Promoting matches a week in advance / two, like with the Matt Hardy stuff, like making you think like what's gonna happen next. I'm genuinely excited to see what's gonna happen next just because of what Matt Hardy's doing. And you don't really get that with WWE a lot anymore. It seems like well in advance. And they don't do things that make you want to watch the next week. Like they're like, okay, this is this week. This right here, this is this week, guys. Okay, this right here is this is this week, guys. Okay, that's it. Bye. See you next week. But you don't know what's gonna happen next week, or we're not gonna make you look forward to next week. Just worry about this week. This one right here. This one.
Yeah.
I think they do that too much.
Yeah, and I mean they occasionally, hype up a like the main event pay-per-view match for a couple weeks, but they don't hype up the next week's show. Half of the matches on pay-per-view cards they book the week before anyway, and then we don't know until the show. But one thing I was kind of thinking about, during this when he went out and he's was saying the 9 deities or 7 deities or whatever. I'm wondering if they're gonna the 7 deities are actually going to be like a group, not just quote deities, but somebody, actual people. I wonder if they're gonna work that into a storyline, where he thinks they're deities or something. Like you know, even
What if it's the DCC?
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking something like that. But I think that would be something kind of a swerve there.
Yeah. Yeah, no one really be expecting it. You're just expecting the DCC just to be the DCC, not to really and that would be because you got to think about it. The DCC attacked the Hardys, and that's where this whole thing came from. Like not the broken thing, but the whole like amnesia thing came from. So that would be. I mean, I don't know if they're thinking that, but that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second in the Kansas.
I know, right?
Oh. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for what they're gonna do with it.
Alrighty, guys, that was your TNA Impact Wrestling review. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Give us a like. Share the video with your friends. Any TNA fans out there, share it with them. Any people who don't watch TNA and they're like, I wonder what happened with TNA this week. You know what would be perfect to share with them? This video. Or my articles on dailyddt.com because sometimes they have videos in them. And sometimes they just don't post them, so they don't. So I never know. But anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys coming up soon. Be sure to check out that new Who Do You Sign that we put out with the commentators and the announcers. And that's about it. Follow us on Twitter, ICW_podcast. Do it now. Talk to us about stuff and things and stuff. That's an actual video that I have listed in our live events, and it's funny. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.